you guys have already played I think this was the 5th back-to-back. Obviously a little different with Detroit and there being a little more meaning behind it. Did you feel that at all? I mean, felt like a lot of shots hit the front of the rim, second effort type of things on the offensive glass for them. Did it feel that way at all?
Yeah, I mean, I feel fine. I think everybody's like, we on a back-to-back, but I honestly felt good, Obviously, sometimes you can feel good and just some things, you shoot the ball and it's coming up short, but it don't feel bad. I said it last night. We play the right way, and even when we play the right way, sometimes it's just not going to go in. I think we had a lot of great looks tonight. Shots that have been going in didn't go in tonight. And we also, how many turnovers? We had 18 turnovers tonight. I mean, and a lot of them were live ball turnovers where they were going the other way getting, layups. So that, turning the ball over, missing open shots, and then, them getting second and third opportunities really hurt us.
Speaking of live ball turnovers, you had a couple of them there at the end of the first quarter. Just what you kind of see, it felt like that little section, I think it was like a 20-10 run or something like that flipped the game a little bit.
I know I had 2 of them were pick and rolls with me and Brooke, and we had talked about the guy that, is guarding the next person over. They kind of pull over to take that guy that's rolling. But I had my eye on him, and I didn't do what we had talked about because I saw something different happening in the flow of the game, and I passed the ball somewhere that I shouldn't have passed the ball to based on what we said, and I kind of did what I saw, and those were 2 turnovers. And the next time I attacked downhill, and we talked about they like to, all come to the paint. They like to help a lot, and they give up the most corner threes. And then the next one, the third one, I got in, and they all came in, and I tried to skip it to the corner, and it got tipped, and then it was going out of bounds, and he ended up saving it back. But that's just 3 out of however many we had, and they all hurt us, Those live ball turnovers hurt, especially a team that is playing at a fast pace like they do, and they got all those athletes out there. So I think all 3 of those things, the turnovers, the second and third opportunities, and us missing open shots.
You talk about their pace a little bit. It had been a while since we've seen you guys kind of get beat in transition a couple different times. Just what do you see in that regard tonight? Maybe not getting back or doing what you needed to do there.
I just think we didn't get back with enough urgency. I thought we were moving around. I just think sometimes you make a shot and you think I'm gonna have some time. And they're one of those teams. They thrown it in. They, we talked about that as well. They advanced the ball ahead. And they running out. I think teams see that in the half court we're a tough team to score against because of our size. We got guys like Dre on the ball. We've kind of figured our stuff out, and we got that size in the paint. So teams are going to, they're going to want to play in transition and try to get the ball up as fast as possible before we can get our half court defense set. And I think tonight, we let them catch us by surprise too many times, just thinking we had time, and then the ball is already right there, and now we scrambling. So it just happened one too many times. We weren't focused enough on that.
Not to belabor the point of the schedule, but it is a beast. I wondered if you like to do anything in your routine with back-to-backs to be ready and to feel good, both mentally and physically, and if you've developed anything like over the last couple of years as you've matured as a veteran.
No, I think for me, you do the obvious stuff. I came in this morning, getting a cold tub. You do all the recovery stuff you can. We got in last night. We got an hour back. It was a short flight, so we was able to get some sleep. We slept in. Like I said, cold tub. You do all the pregame stuff that you normally do. But for me, I take it serious mentally. You got to come in with no excuses and no crutches. You can't come in thinking, oh, we had a back-to-back, we played last night, we tired. You do that, and you start thinking like that, you beat. So for me, I've always come into it like, we played last night and we traveled or whatever, and we still going to do what we got to do. It's not new to us. We've been doing this for a long time, a lot of us on this team. So for me, it was just a regular game. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that we played last night.
Hey, Dame, where do you see your team's improvement the most? Like, what areas have you improved the most since you last saw the Celtics and the Nets?
I think we've improved in a lot of areas, but I think just how connected we've been is our biggest improvement. You know, our communication to each other, how we sharing the ball and understanding each other offensively. Defensively, we've been on a string much more. We've helped each other out, and I just think we've done a good job of giving ourselves up to each other. You know, and we've experienced some success through that. So I think everybody is just continuing to be invested in that, and I would say that's been our biggest improvement. I think we've always had the talent. We've always had the desire to do the right things. It's just a matter of, you know, being committed to it and giving ourselves to the team. And, you know, I think we've done that.
And then Torian Prince said a few games back he actually prefers road games because he feels like as a team that's where you guys grow the most. I'm curious if you agree, and if so, why?
I think because, you know, when you at home, we all go our separate ways, kind of. You know, you go to your house, I go to my house. A lot of guys got families. When you in your home market, usually that's when you have appearances and you got, you know, things to do. And when you go on the road, you know, we all come to that hotel together and we go to the meetings in the ballrooms, and sometimes they got dinner for us, people planning dinners together. We not coming to the arena separately. We on a bus. You know, it's just it requires us to share that time together. You know, and when you at home, it's different. You go out there as us, and then when somebody else's city, you know, the fans are against us, everything. So I think it's just a different type of environment. It's a different thing.
Dame, you lead the team in deflections. I saw a stat that among starting point guards in the East, you have the most deflections. You had that kind of boxer punch steal in the first quarter. Curious how you would evaluate your defense, you know, since coming back from injury, and whether that's been like an area of focus for you.
I mean, in the last couple years of my career, you know, it's been something that I've taken pride in. You know, I think early in my career, like most young players, especially scoring young players, you know, it's a learning curve defensively, you know, not just physically, but, you know, when you don't know terminology, you don't really know personnel that well. It's a challenge, you know, to be a good defender in the NBA. And as I've become more experienced, I think it's carried on as more of a narrative than actual truth. You know, guys not just coming out here just breaking me off and putting me out there and just, you know, scoring on me over and over. And I also never been a guy that's, you know, I'm not gonna shy away from it. You know, you seek me out, I'm gonna come to it, and you know, we're gonna do it however we got to do it. But like I said, I think it's more of a narrative than anything else. You know, I get my hands on the ball. I'm physical. You know, I'm in action. So I think that being a stat, you know, just show you I'm not just out there. You know, sometimes it's on the ball. Sometimes I'm coming over to help. You know, just trying to make something happen.